Hello and welcome to Binary Options video. This video is Binary Options Trading Lesson 4, in which we're going to be talking about binary option assets and understanding a little bit more about that part of binary options. What is a binary option asset? What's a binary asset? Well, the asset is either a stock, commodity, an index, or a currency pairing on which your prediction rides. Let's start to understand that a little bit more. So, do you purchase an asset when you're trading binary options? No, you do not purchase an asset. What you're doing in binary options is that you're getting into a contract that allows you to predict if an asset, the value of an asset, will rise or fall without having to buy the asset itself. So you're not buying any assets. You're just making predictions, basically, and whether the asset's going to go up and down in value on a long-term basis doesn't matter to you. Let's talk about the type of assets and let's start with stocks. What are examples of stocks? Google, Facebook, Coca-Cola, all those have stocks in the stock markets, and the binary options can ride on those stocks. What are the pros of trading with stocks binary options? Well, there's a very large variety. Mostly every broker has a very large variety of stocks to work with, and they're obviously traded in various stock markets. So it will give you the opportunity of trading outside the hours of your local stock market, because there's going to be stock markets in Japan, or there are going to be stock markets in Australia or in Europe and so forth, in Asia, that are going to be open at the time that your local stock market is closed, and it will give you a chance of trading at different hours of the day. The cons, well, it's more difficult to predict the oscillation of a single stock than that of an entire market. So take that in consideration, that dealing with binary option stocks, binary options that are riding on a stock is a little bit more complicated. Next asset type, let's talk about commodities. What are commodities? Examples of commodities: gold, oil, copper. Those are commodities that are traded on stock markets. And the pros of those, well, they tend to have a more stable price than regular stocks, and the oscillations tend to be clearer. It's clear than stocks and so forth when this commodities are going to be going up or down. But the variety of commodities is very small. Any broker will give you just a very small number of commodities to choose with, so you cannot focus on commodities to build a portfolio for yourself. So that is the cons of commodities binary options. The next type of binary options is the currencies binary options, in which now you're going to be pairing one currency against the other, as we explained in lesson number 3. For example, the US dollar versus the Japanese yen, the euro against the British pound. What are the pros? Well, the pros are that it's easier to predict the reaction of a small market to a large market. So if you're going to pair, for example, the United States dollar against the New Zealand currency, New Zealand is a small market, United States a big market. The New Zealand market depends so much on what happens with the larger US dollar, the larger US market, and therefore sometimes it's going to be easier to make a prediction. The cons is that the variety differs very greatly from broker to broker. Some brokers have a very large variety of currencies to invest with, others have a very small variety. You have to take that in consideration. And a last type of asset, the indices. Examples of indices: the Nasdaq index, the DAX index, the CAC 40 index in France. Those are types of indexes. And the pros, again, it's easier to predict the movement of an entire market niche than to predict single stocks. How are they going to oscillate? And the cons are similar to the ones that we spoke about before, that the variety differs very greatly from broker to broker. So really, some brokers give you indices from all over the world, others don't, so you have to be mindful of that when you're going to make a selection. What are the recommended assets? Well, the recommendation would be to stick to assets you know best. That's the first thing. Basically, preferring currencies and indices over stocks and commodities is the general rule of traders in binary options. They seem to understand that it's an easier way with the currencies and indices. And obviously, ask for help in creating an investment portfolio. Ask your broker to help you with that. Now, next thing is how you're going to select an asset list. Before you go into selecting an asset list, remember, it's not the most important decision. when you're going to select a broker, the most important thing is not the asset list. It's an important thing, but definitely not the most one. The first thing you have to make sure is that your broker is safe, that it's experienced, that it's professional, that it's licensed, and that your money is safe when you're making that deposit. That's the most important thing. Now, once you do decide to find what asset list is best for you, prefer the variety over the quantity. If somebody, some broker says, I have 200 different assets in my asset list, but those 200, 180 of those are stocks, then that's a lot of quantity, but not much variety. So prefer variety over quantity, and preferably, I think, emphasis on currencies could be a good thing to concentrate on. But most importantly, where to invest. Again, licensed broker. The licensed brokers is safer, and that's what you have to concentrate on. Of course, one that offers tutorials, financial guidance, one that has developed its own trading platform, because that's what's going to give you an additional safety, as we explained in lesson number 1. So go back to lesson number 1 and remember that having its own trading platform is so important for the safety of your money, and also a trader that offers you high yields. Why not? That's important as well. A reliable broker, Easy Trader, is a broker that we're going to recommend for the following reasons. First of all, it is the only broker that's regulated in Europe and also is quoted on the Nasdaq OTCBB. So those are two different markets where Easy Trader is recognized as a financial institution, and it's a safe financial institution. It has an excellent education center, has good advisors to help you, and it has trading plans. And the trading plans, the way it works is that you can choose the plan and you can make a deposit according to that plan, each plan having its benefits, having its additional tools that you get when you choose the plan that it best fits the profile that you have as an investor. Let's summarize lesson number 4 and remember the following. Currencies create pairings between large markets such as the US and small markets such as New Zealand, and those sometimes can be good opportunities. Stock options, those require a little bit more specific knowledge of companies, and therefore you have to be a little bit more careful with those, and try to create a varied portfolio of assets, and trade with assets that you're familiar with rather than assets that you have no knowledge about and are just guessing the results. So try to do that, and good luck with your trades. Keep reading and keep looking at our videos and learning more through the videos to understand better how it is possible to succeed in binary options trading.